Hey guys, welcome to Lindsay's Lounge. My name is Lindsay. Tonight on American Idol, we have the top 10 results. Instead of a group performance tonight, we had some weird tie-in with the movie Clash of the Titans. It was kind of like a movie trailer that they used clips from the movie and then clips from the show, and they kind of made a trailer over, the clash of the contestants, trying to get to the top of the show, all the way down to the finals. I don't know, it was weird, but I think probably the reason they did that was Fox probably produced this movie and the critics aren't really giving it all that great of reviews, so they're trying to do whatever it takes to get people to go see it. That would be my guess. And did you guys notice when they did the intro of all of the contestants just kind of sitting there on the couch? Siobhan looked so unhappy. She was just kind of had this real foul look on her face. I don't know, I've never seen her do that kind of look. I don't know. She obviously was upset still from the performances she gave last night and the judges' critiques that she got. Ruben Studdard, Season 2 winner, came on and sang his new song. I think it's called Don't Make 'Em Like You No More, something like that. He looks really good. He's become a vegan, so he can attribute that to his weight loss and everything. I have recently stopped eating red meat, so maybe I will attain similar results. I'm not a huge Ruben fan, but I think he sounded really well, or I always say really well. He sounded really great tonight, I thought. So I definitely take another listen to that song. I thought it was pretty good. And he's going on tour this season, or this summer, with Clay Aiken. For a music video, they never skip out on that, unfortunately, was to the song Kung Fu Fighting. Very weird, as usual, and never really makes all that much sense. I'm telling you, American Idol, send me out and I will direct it for you. I have directed plenty of things before, music videos included, so I could definitely do a better job, I think. And did you guys see that part where Big Mike was wearing a hair extension? I don't know, it was glued to the back of his bald head, and then later on in the episode it was gone, so that was a little weird. Lee, Casey, Aaron, and Siobhan, all safe, so they will be continuing on next week. Katie Stevens, though, was sent down to the bottom 3. Then Ryan announced that the theme for next week is a familiar one to American Idol. It is going to be the Lennon-McCartney Songbook Week. We had that same week done in Season 7. We actually had 2 weeks of Beatles in Season 7, which is a little overdoing it. Hopefully they'll only do one this year. I think really anyone can benefit from this week next week, if they choose the right song. Of course, that's always what it comes down to is song choice. But because the Beatles were so diverse, there's really so many different things that you can choose from. I hope somebody does Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Don't think anyone did that last time, and I really like that song. I think Lee could benefit from that week if he does something like Day Tripper, but then if he does do that, he's probably going to get compared to David Cook, who did it, so it could be treading on dangerous waters there, but I would like to see him continue to rock out with that for next week. Alright, so then we had Usher, who was the guest mentor this week. He came in, performed with will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas. It sounded like he was, for the most part, singing live, which was impressive because he was doing all those dance moves, too. He had a backing track, it sounded like, for some of the spots, but I think in general, at least at the beginning of the song, he definitely at least attempted to sing live, so that was good. And he didn't sound amazing, but he didn't sound terrible either. I cut him a little slack because he did do the dancing. So then, after Usher performed, we started to build the bottom 3 with the two other contestants. Dee Dee called her first. She was in the bottom 3. Michael was safe, of course. Crystal, of course, safe. She is going to be sailing through to the finals for sure. And then it came down to Tim and Andrew. And when I went on to Dial Idol last night right after the show was over, and Andrew Garcia was in red, and they really haven't hit anybody in red at all this season. They've had Crystal in green a couple of times, meaning she's completely safe, but nobody they've actually confirmed they think is going to get voted off. Andrew was in red for maybe the first half hour or so, but then he was in yellow. But Andrew was safe, so he eventually ended up getting enough votes, and they don't even tally the text messages on that website, so it's only the phone call, so maybe he got a bunch of text messages. So the bottom 3 for this week was Katie, Dee Dee, and Tim. Whittled it down to just the 2 real quick, so being sent back to safety was Katie. Second week in a row, she was in the bottom 3, but got sent back to her seat first, so she should be feeling pretty good about right now. And then we had P. Diddy come and perform. It was called Hello, Good Morning, I think is what the song was called. And before the performance started, Ryan Seacrest was introing him, and there was a little disclosure warning thing, and it said on the screen, strobe light will be used in the next performance. I just thought that was kind of funny. I understand why they do it because, of epilepsy and stuff. If people are watching something on TV and they get, strobe lights going really fast or whatever, they could have a seizure. But I just thought it was funny. I'd never seen anything like that before. So then it came down to Dee Dee and Tim, and thank you, Vote for the Worst. Tim is safe. He is now the longest running contestant for Vote for the Worst. It was Sanjaya in season 6. Now Tim holds that. I think it's 7 weeks now that he's been saved by Vote for the Worst. So they must be feeling pretty good about themselves right now. I don't really know how I feel about it, but Dee Dee is out. She sang for the save. She sang Rhiannon, which I think was probably her strongest performance this season. I really, really liked her when she did that. Judges decided not to save her. Pretty much, I think everybody knew that they weren't going to do that because it's still just week 10. We've got 4 or 5 more weeks that we can use the save until it's out of play. So I think they probably want to hold off until at least week 7, maybe week 6, maybe even the top 5 to use it. But I think Dee Dee being sent home was maybe not the smartest thing because I did really like some of her performances. I would have rather had seen Tim go, but that's the story of the game, I guess, this year, especially with Vote for the Worst backing him. It's always going to get him a few extra votes than maybe what he normally would have without their help. But, let me know what you guys think. If you think that Dee Dee definitely needed to go home, or if you think that Tim should have gone, or Katie, or whoever else. And let me know what you guys think of the theme for next week. Maybe give me some predictions on what you think is going to go down next week, like what contestant should sing what. I would love to know. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe right over there, and I will talk to you guys all next week. Bye.